Welcome back to Weekends with Whitney. We are joined by Dr. Nick Abraham, who joined us on the tour of the Whitney Plantation, and we're here in the church.
I am so grateful. I have always wanted to go on the road with you. Thank you.
You're so
what
welcome.
What an experience, and the interviews and the plantation that I've seen many of.
Yes, you've been to a lot of plantations.
But not one that really focused as much as this one did on slavery.
Well, and it's the first ever, and it was important for me to thank you for accepting my invitation to come and join us.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
Also a downer. And you get mad at me, but I'm so sensitive. It hurts.
I know.
And yet, I think that's one of the things that I just wanted to share quickly with our viewers. I hear so many people say, "Get over it. I didn't live through that. That wasn't me." It's still our national story. It's just like when I work with clients and they say they want to close the door on their past. I'm like, the past is a part of your story. Let's learn more of our story and accept it, but at the same time, continue to do whatever we can to change it and develop it and make it better.
Right.
As you were trying to say to one of those people you interviewed, you go for that career.
Yes.
You go for that career. Do you know how much that meant to her?
I know.
You know, to hear someone of your status encouraging her.
Well, that's kind
so
of
that's an important thing, Whitney, for us to do, is
because
to continue to talk about the
some
fact that it's real.
that say that we're going backwards in history by having a museum like this. We're not moving forward.
And you know what I think is fascinating is what they brought up today in the tour, that there's no monument anywhere to slaves. I walk in Washington and I see the Vietnam Monument and I cry like a baby because I look at all those names. I go to the Jewish Holocaust Museum and I cry like a baby. World War II in New Orleans. I'm not pushing it. I'm just saying it's very interesting that there's not, except for here. Here they've got the stories and the names, which were fascinating to me to have to read those stories and hurt how the families were broken, constantly broken, and how women were more valuable because they were breeders.
They were breeders.
I never knew that.
Sometimes
I thought
bred like cattle to 15 different men throughout their lifetime or more.
Yes.
Because they produce good stock.
Yes, but can we just close, because I know you interviewed a lot of people. We don't have much time today. I stopped and saw the banjo. They made banjos out of a pot or some kind of a kettle with a long piece of wood. They would somehow manage to do it and take horsehair. And I don't know how it worked, but 4 horsehair for the bass line, 3 for the next, 2, and then 1 and 1. And they didn't wind them up, they tightened them up, and that was their banjo. And that's how they made music. The creativity, even in the worst of situations, the creativity, the need to sing, the need to play music. You know, music is my heart.
The need to celebrate, even though
the need to celebrate. And there may have been more instruments, but
that was the first, they said, the
remember
banjo.
that when we both looked there and kind of had a tear? It was really very touching. So thank you very much. I hope everyone is moved to come out here.
Yeah, you'll learn a lot.
Whitney Plantation,
yeah,
but not named after you.
No relation.
You're Kentucky.
Thanks for joining us.
Such a privilege. Bye, everyone.
And much more. Weekends with Whitney coming up right after.